Once again, I am back in the wasteland, ready for another can of something. I don't know, pork and beans, cram, spam, any or, either for. So, basically, this episode's gonna be slightly different. While I was playing this, my commentary was fairly lackluster, and when I was watching it to edit it, there was really no commentary that would allow me to help me on my next playthrough. Also, I took note that my recording actually cut off before I cleared the entire Corvega plant, which, if you think about it, can be a good thing because there wasn't actually much going on in terms of my commentary. So, I'll just be commentating over this while this is sped up. It, one, helps me personally with recording time. Two, I thought it would be better than just putting nothing on the web other than just like an episode that was a big skip all of a sudden. And three, because because I felt that watching someone play without saying anything important would be kind of inappropriate? Not inappropriate, but unentertaining or uneducational, one of those. So, basically, I'm here at the front of the Corvega assembly plant, wanting to get in. However, there's this little machine gun turret that I've come across in when I'm like building my base in Sanctuary, but I've never actually seen one of these work for my opponents. So I'm a little intimidated, and I have no idea how to deal with these because in 3 there were no weak points to turrets or robots. Like, sure, they have combat inhibitors, but all that does is make them attack anything in sight. It's not something that does extra damage to them. Right there, I hoped that a Molly would be able to take it out. I ended up hitting myself and breaking both my arms. Because apparently a Molotov is going to break your arm if you throw it close to you. So right now, all I'm hoping to do is to just, like, get rid of this turret. It's taking me a ridiculously long time of stalling and not doing anything in general. But I eventually get onto it, kill that turret, and then deal with multiple turrets in the future. Also, I've noticed that in terms of defenses, they're not limited to just turrets. They have these spotlights that kind of patrol around, not patrol, but they look back and forth, back and forth. And basically, if you were to, if you were to get seen by one, the spotlight would just track you while letting off an alarm, letting any enemy know where you are. And you can shoot the lights out. However, obviously shooting out a light would create a lot of noise unless you had a silenced weapon, which, as a matter of fact, I do not have. In fact, I'm very low on any ammo for my weapons. Right there I get seen by one and I'm a little curious and I shoot one out, confirming what I thought. But as you can see, it kind of big time gave me up. Now, in addition to my supreme lack of weaponry and ammunition, I later on devoted a point to my Scrounger perk, I believe it was. The one that increases the amount of ammunition you find in various containers. And I find that only one point in there really helps me a long way. So I'll have to alter my earlier opinion of only putting one in. Because the Cap Finder, well, my ideology was this. If I went with a high charisma and high like economy thing, then I could just buy ammo really easily. But as I found, that's not the case. It's actually quite hard unless I'm going to spend all day in playing The Sims trying to get my sanctuary up, which, to be fair, would be a little lengthy. Oh, the reason why I'm dropping stuff here is I find that there's quite a few items that can't be uncrafted or salvaged from, like long johns or gas masks or hoods, scarecrow hoods. Yeah, that was my first death. But in regards to the Raider leathers, I basically just tossed those because had too much on me. So right here, I cut to an area where basically that skipped most of my deaths. Right here was where I just attracted most of them and went into that little shack and just funneled them in one by one while I blew their heads off with a shotgun. Yeah, very violent, sort of. But it was effective. Now, here is where I say hi to another raider, apparently. But in all seriousness, here is where I bring up my bottle cap mines and hope that it'll be enough to take care of most of these people. Because, as you saw on my compass, there were quite a few people. Right now there's only 3, but I think it showed 6 last time. And in my state of low ammunition, I really don't feel like going toe-to-toe with these guys. Like, my only decently large ammo reserve is my shotgun ammo. And for obvious reasons, I don't want to use that. Because, obvious reasons I wouldn't want to use that. Why wouldn't I want to use it? Bah. Oh well. Also, in future episodes, and perhaps even right now, you'll have to forgive my audio quality. My microphone, well, it wasn't exactly meant for loud yelling and screaming at the top of my lungs. And I can't alter its sensitivity, really, since well, I might be able to later. But for now, it's all that I've got. And let's see. What's it? Ah, yes. Seeing as the ending of this basically stopped recording for some reason, which prevents me from showing how stupid I am at one point. I know how much I enjoy watching that. Basically, it's once you clear out this area, there's an elevator or a set of stairs. If you go up either, then there's a terminal that's right in front of you, on the very first pillar, right in front of you. I missed that. Somehow, I missed that. So if you want to know how to open that protectron, use that terminal. With that out of the way, you should also let the protectron just kill whatever it can before it dies. Because while you won't get the experience, if you're like me, then experience doesn't matter when you barely have any bullets to your name. This is so that way when the robot dies, it'll take a few guys down and it'll be dead itself, which allows me to salvage it, which actually provides a decent amount of materials. Now, I figured that before I went up, I should go around on the first floor and the basement and try to clear out everything, which proved somewhat profitable, because it gave me a little ammunition, some guns, and by guns I mean pipe guns, and I believe I got some more stim packs, which are always nice. Anyhow, I don't actually think there was anything significantly special. There was no power core that I found. Or if there was, then I'm just a big dummy and didn't see it. But, depending on the difficulty, I found enemies can drop fusion cores or anything like that. It may be because of my Scrounger perk, which allows me to find more ammo in containers, but I've been finding a lot of power cores just lying around. I don't know really how to explain it, they're just there. But as anyone really knows, if you're going sneak route, barely have any ammunition, then 1, you should upgrade that sneak to the point where you can sneak behind a person, and 2, you should level up your melee so that way you can just take them out without having to waste ammunition. Unfortunately, I didn't do that. If I had the ninja perk, then perhaps, but that's not the case for me. And either way, I spend on hacking and lockpick first, all the time. Oh, here's where some feral ghouls decided to pop out of nowhere. It was kinda creepy. They came out of a vent or something. Yeah, I nearly died to them, as seen. And now we're reaching the end of the recording, in which I would only have to say that after I was done clearing this entire place out, I didn't go down that basement, by the way. After I was done clearing this place out, I basically made several trips back to Sanctuary, got a lot of junk, scrapped some stuff, and picked up various gears. There honestly wasn't anything good other than the drugs, but hey, take what you can get. With that, I'm signing off. Good night.